Okay, this is Matt Rosenthal. He's one of my best mechanics, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about what it's taken for him to get to where he's at.
Okay, well, first of all, I've been here for almost 9.5 years. Started on the lube rack back in 2011. So moved here from Baltimore, relocated to Missouri. And after doing oil changes for about 4 years, I decided I wanted to do more. I've always had always worked on my own stuff at home, stuff like that. So I wanted to give that part of it a try. And at first it started out with a lot of online training, a lot of online classes. And GM has what they call virtual classroom training, where you're actually on you're still in a virtual setting, you're here in the dealership, but there's actually an instructor, GM instructor on the other end. And he's going through the class with you. You take a test at the end on what you've learned and stuff like that. I've done numerous online classes, spent weeks at a time in Dallas, Texas, Mobile, Oklahoma, stuff like that. So I've pretty much been all over the area with my training. There's a lot of training involved, and it's changing all the time.
And so I guess does that come with better pay and opportunities, I assume?
Yes, yeah, most definitely. As your training goes up, and yes, you definitely get more opportunities. You get to work on more. You get to fix more.
Yeah.
And your pay goes up. As a result.
So how many years did it take you?
I started my training back in 2015, and here we are, 2021, and I actually have no more online or hands-on classes that I can take.
Okay, awesome.
There are new ones coming out. There are some new ones that come out this year, but they're all just online classes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it does take time, and as we all know, vehicle technology changes constantly.
Yeah.
I'm actually the only one in the shop that is certified to do the hybrids and the electric vehicles. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, they're constantly evolving, constantly changing, and me, even though I've been in it for 9 years, I still learn new stuff every day.
Yeah, I bet. And do you get to go at your own pace, like with the classes, one or two at a time, or how do you do it?
Me, I see what classes are open when I was actually doing the training. If it was something that the dealership needed, or GM said that the dealership needed, then they would go ahead and send me to that class, as long as I had the prerequisites to take that class. But yeah, I usually just basically went at my own pace. The way I saw it, the more I learned, the more money I was going to make, and the more I'd be able to work on. And believe me, I stay quite busy.
Awesome. Well, what advice do you have? Like, I work with high school students, so
Yes.
What advice would you have for a high school student as far as how to be a responsible and good worker?
I would say if you're going to work in this field, like any other field, master it. Go through your training. Do your training, pay attention, and make sure that you're following the directions that they're giving you. They're giving you those directions for a reason. Because me, the way I approach every vehicle is I approach it as if it's my own. If my family is behind the wheel, or somebody I love is driving that vehicle. Mm-hmm. If you can approach it with that attitude, then you'll do your best and you'll fix it right the first time every time.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. It was really nice to meet you.
All right, no problem.